Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
We're live. Hello. So glad you could make it today. Thank you so much, Marguerite and Nancy. You two get the hello first. Nice to see you both. Happy Monday to you. And it is Motivational Monday. How about that? Are you ready to do it? Jocelyn's ready. Jackie's ready. I know you guys. I know how you roll. This whole week, we're going to be talking about getting unstuck. Anybody ever feel stuck? Can I hear pinkies up for being stuck? I mean, come on. Human beings, we do that, right? Don't we? Kathy's in the house, Sarah's in the house, and Lindsay's here. And you know our Amber's here, and you know our Jenny's here as well. It's nice to have the dream team on board. Hi, Jerry. Lovely to see you. What do you see what we've got cooking for you? I am telling you, we are all over everything right now. I am super excited about the new book coming up. There's a little collaboration between, we are going to illustrate this book cover ourselves. I say we, I'm talking Amber and I, we're doing it together. She's got the major parts of it done, but I'm so excited. Laura, you're here. Goodness gracious. I haven't seen you in a few, well, actually I saw you last week, didn't I? Lily is here. Lucy's here with her pinkies raising high and hanging up there. Good to see you, Susan. I'm so glad you're here. You need this, Lucy? Lucy says she needs to get unstuck. Lucy, this is a big, huge, inclusive club, and I'm glad you're here. Darla's here as well. So, hey, we're all going to do this together. Isn't that even better than just doing it all by yourself? I think so. So I'm going to go through the whole things about getting unstuck, because I believe unstuck is a many-faceted thing. You know, it's not just one thing, it's a lot of things. Because there's definitely a mindset piece in there, but there's also some other moving parts that we can fine tune to get us into the place of really going forward. Because that forward going, you know what, that's how we accomplish all the things. I know I like to get the things accomplished. Hello, Martha and Darla. It's so good to see you. Who else is in the house? Evie's here. My goodness, it's so good to see you. And Doris too. Yay. You know what's tonight is our Collagen Challenge. Who's coming? Anyone? Anyone? We have a Collagen Challenge. We roll through one after the other. We do this with our challenges simply to keep you on the rails and not off. Who knows what off the rails feels like? It's awful. Lizzie's here. Julie's here. Mary Ann is as well. Good. Marguerite's coming. I'm so glad about that. Julie is. I hope you're coming. Come on, tell me you are. It's going to be a lot of fun. Lucy's going to be there. Well, in that case, we've got a party. It is good, Marianne, Kathy, yay. So glad. And I love the Collagen Challenge for so many reasons, because there's a lot you can do with that. This is a hack, you know? And I get sick of hacks, even though I'm saying that this week we have hacks, if you will. But let me just say something about this kind of a hack. This is something that it's just all based on science, and it's all based on what it is that we need. I'm sorry, my glasses have, I think, probably my fingerprints on them, you know? And I need to fix them just so I can see through them again. I promise you. Oh my goodness, look. Can you see my eyes? You probably couldn't see my eyes before, and you were thinking, boy, you've got weird glasses. Hey, hello. Susan's coming. Kathy's coming. Good. Julie, I'm so glad you're coming as well. No, not Lincoln's nose prints. And speaking of Lincoln, the Lincoln Project is off to getting his training done with his name of his trainer is Jaxie Galloway, and she's right here in Brevard. Her husband is a canine cop, if you will. I always like to see, K's, canine cop, even though it's not like that. Marianne, hello. But anyway, he's getting his second dose of training, and he's doing really well. Yesterday, however, we were swimming in the water, and if you're swimming, he thinks you're drowning, or he wants to get on your floaty or whatever. And he clawed you should see my legs. He clawed the daylights out of my legs, just clawed them. And I love that dog, but I was like, Lincoln, stop it. I sounded like a 3-year-old. But it was really fun swimming around in the lake and enjoying the weather and the beautiful, it's nice to be in a lake where you can see your feet, and it's not ice cold either, which is another thing that I appreciate. Hello, Terry. Hello, Pamela. Glad you're all here. So the collagen challenge tonight, savingdinner.com/collagen. That's how you get all signed up. Carol's here. Hello, Carol. So that's how you get all signed up. And I do hope you show up tonight. You always take something away with you. I say that anyway. I think so. The other thing that I have to tell you about is that this week, we're going to firm up Full Bloom. If you're coming in person, this is the week. Now is the time to get your reservation in. savingdinner.com/bloom. There's a 3-pay that you can do, and blah, 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 blah. We're also getting people going, yammer, yammer, yammer. We've got virus stuff again, COVID again. What are we going to do? Can I just ask you all to just keep praying about this? That's what I'm going to ask you to do. Because here we are, and I think everything's all good and all clear. And it's heartbreaking when stuff like that happens. The thought of having to cancel again would just kill me. It's still going to happen, but I'm hoping that the in-place thing happens because, and I will just say, we put a lot of money out for this, and, we're wondering like, yikes, what's going to happen here? So do keep this all in prayer, and let's just hope that things start to turn around very soon. Andrea's here too. I appreciate that. I appreciate you coming. Anyway, I had to get that out. savingdinner.com/bloom. And just remember, if you do get the virtual tickets, which those are on sale right now too, if you do get the virtual ticket, you can always upgrade later. If all of a sudden you say, I want to make it there in person. Well, we can make that work out. Hi, Lynn. Come COVID, hell or high water, I'll be there. Yeah, I know. And swag bags will be going out. They're not going out yet, no. But they will be going out first week in September. We'll start putting them out. So you will be getting all of your swagalicious, swaggy, yummy stuff. And wait till you see what's in it. Those of you who are part of this, our group, and you know how we do all the things that we do and sprint, and we have our own vocabulary. Wait till you see what's in it. Let me just tell you. Wait till you see everything in it is going to be highly usable and really incredible. So, and we also, if you're going to be here, which the other thing is one of the reasons why I want you to be here. If you're going to be here, we'll have the store open, and we're going to have other things here that won't be, that you'll get to see and touch and pick up and feel and say, ooh, I want that. We'll have a store. So anyway, just keep it all in prayer. Speaking of that, the I Have Grit, Not Quit mugs, man, you guys love these things, don't you? I love them too. You can find out all about our tools that we have. We call them success tools, including the brand new quote decks that just came in. Love them. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. They have all the brand new Full Bloom branding on them, and the quotes on them are just, they're crazy. They're going to just knock your socks off. How about this? There's just one way to radically change your behavior, and it's by radically changing your environment. Boom! Thank you, BJ Fogg. I rest my case, right? savingdinner.com/success for all of our tools, because they're all worth your time. They're all worth an effort. They're going to change the way that you do life. And this little cute quote deck, you can put one card at a time on there. Isn't that so cute? I love them. I think you should have all of them. You should be collecting them and putting them all over your house, putting them in everywhere. They change your mind. They change the way you think. They're everything. And this, by the way, is our supplement of the week. It's CoQ10. It's an enzyme. It's a coenzyme is what it's called. And this is something that your body naturally makes, but as you get older, it stops making it as much. Now, the only time I would say, if you're a diabetic or you're on blood thinners or have some kind of a heart condition, talk to your doctor about using it. But this is actually used with patients with heart failure and especially congestion around the heart, fluid around the heart. CoQ10 is used as a strategy for treating this kind of thing. Can you imagine a supplement like this? It's very, very effective. It lowers blood pressure. It lowers blood sugar. Can you imagine that? Isn't that so cool? And it also helps with macular degeneration. I've got a girlfriend who I gave this to so that she's got macular degeneration. It helps with that. This is why it's part of the core 4. It's really essential. It's an essential thing. And it works with headaches too. If you're prone to headaches, I would double down on this. That's just the way I work on that kind of stuff. The other things, it works with fertility. I didn't know about this until I was doing that investigation. And it also helps with weight loss because it helps with your metabolism. And you know what one of the side effects could be? This is what I love about this. One of the side effects could be is it could affect your appetite. So I was like, yeah, less of an appetite? I would love that. I can eat like a horse. It's just scary. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Vicki. The bees are entering now. Have you noticed that? So good to have you here. You're changing it is hydration week, by the way. It is hydration week. We're starting with hydration week. Right now, we're in it. Do you have your hydration station set up? Peace up. Let's do that. And get your CoQ10, by the way. Buy 3, get 1 free. Screaming deal. Screaming deal. And I love this stuff. I think it's phenomenal. And everyone should take it. It makes a difference in your energy levels, too. Let me just tell you. Friday is Q&A. Send your questions in to support@savingdinner.com. Question for Leanne on Friday. Like that? Yeah, Sleepies may cause drowsiness. Exactly. And I ran out of Sleepies and I didn't come downstairs to get it. And let me just tell you what my week has been like. It's the dumbest thing. Just go downstairs, go get it. Go into the distribution center, go get it. It'll make a difference. Anyway, set it up. Okay, Marianne's everybody's got them up. Hi, Tammy. They've got their hydration station set up. So do I. I've got mine right here. I've also noticed, I don't know what it is. I think it's our humidity, but my hot melt mix has been clumping up lately. So you know what I did? I put it in the blender and I filled all of my water bottles. This one's from Marla's shop. I love this. My favorite one. It's a stainless one with the powder coating, and it gets nice and cold and it stays like that. It's such a lovely, pretty bottle. And the color, right? Isn't that color light you up? I love it so much. Anyway, are you set up? Ready to go? Stay on your program. Just do it. It makes you feel different when you do. And I think this is one of the keys to unstuckness. You want to talk about that? How about this first? In a world of doing, it's important to take a moment to just breathe, to just be. We get to do that every single day when we have our meditation time. Do you know that? Do you do that? There you go. I'm telling you. We have our meditation. We are just being. And do you know that brings everything down? Calms our nervous system right down. Centers us, prepares us for the day. It's so better. Carol says it's easier with everything in place, isn't it? Marguerite did the same thing. She didn't take her Sleepies and now didn't sleep. I know this stuff is, I don't know, it's what's in it, but it knocks me out. It's like a 2x4, making it happen. Nancy's in the house, everyone. You do a mini whipper. What a good idea, Marianne. What a good idea. Lucy, you rely on it too? What, your Sleepies? I don't blame you. It's just the best. Stay tuned. We might put that on special at some point. Anyway, I want to get into the subject matter because I think it's so important. And we just need to get into the place of understanding we all get stuck sometimes. We get stuck in the way we think. We get stuck in the stuff that we're doing. We get stuck in bad habits, and we get places where we feel like, I just don't know which way to turn. We've talked about the whole quicksand thing that we had when we were kids. We're thinking, we stepped at, where's the quicksand in the backyard? Because we watched way too many 60s TV shows. Gilligan's Island, I think they stepped in quicksand every week or something. But it's just hilarious. Angie says she follows a morning ritual of filling up her water bottles and getting her supplements ready every day. I do the same thing. When I fill up my water bottles, I'm getting my supplements ready at the same time. That's a piggyback right there. And that's a good thing to do. That's an unstuck thing too, by the way. Do what Angie does. Do what I do. This is how you get things done. And this is what we're concentrating on this week, is making sure that habit of your hydration station is a daily thing. It's just really important. So when we get unstuck, when we get to the place of stuck, we get to the place of thinking a lot of negative thoughts. Have you noticed how your thinking just goes off the rails? Have you noticed how you don't feel good about yourself? You don't feel good about what it is that you're doing, and everything seems to have this wah-wah effect to it. At least it does for me. So if you're in this place of saying, well, I want to be motivated to get unstuck, but I don't know where to go, I don't know how to start, I'm not going to give you a whole bunch of setup and everything. You know what stuck is, right? Do you need me to explain what stuck is? Anyone ever feel stuck and just horrid, just like almost frozen? Read what Sarah said. She said, not just quicksand, but there are also fewer anvils than cartoons led me to believe. Right? Anvils. Oh my goodness. And steamrollers too. They had steamrollers were a big thing as well. So where do you start with all of this? I've got 5 things that I think, just right off the top of my head, that I think are the biggest things to helping you get unstuck. Because really, we don't sit there and go, oh, I'm stuck, I can't. Well, what we do is we just say, I can't do this, I'm never going to do that, it's too hard, it's blah, blah, blah. And it's all little signs and symptoms of stuck. Most of the time, we don't say, hey, I'm just stuck. I did have one woman who wrote me in and said, I'm stuck on the couch. I thought that was the funniest thing, because nobody's stuck on a couch unless, you literally can't get up because of an illness or, a condition, I guess. But she was stuck on the couch, and we wrote back. We were like pen pals for a while. We wrote back and forth to each other, blah, 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 about getting unstuck and about getting motivated. But I do remember that some of the stuff that I gave her, even though she fought me tooth and nail with it, and she had the energy to butt me a lot. I always find that really interesting, because where our energy goes, where our focus goes, our energy flows. So if our focus is completely on why we're stuck and why we need to explain to everybody and their mother why I'm stuck and why it's not going to change, well, that's where all our energy is going to, instead of just saying, okay, stuck, got it. Now, here's all my energy, and here's where I'm going to put it all on. You see what I'm saying? To me, that woke me up, because I was the biggest explainer of all the reasons why it wasn't going to work for me, and all the reasons why. And that's a stuck thing right there. It's a stuck thing, and it's a stuck way of not dealing with problems, but instead wallowing in them and swimming in them and never getting free of them. You can't, because you're too attached to them. Have you noticed that? You become attached to those problems. You become attached to, well, this is the way it is. And oh yeah, I get it, I understand. And giving you that pass. I mean, I can't even tell you how many years I did that. But there's a way out of that. There's a way out of that. And especially when you have the big picture analysis, like, this just isn't working. This is not making my life great. As a matter of fact, it's making my life kind of suck rocks. It's bad. I don't like it. It's just, I'm stuck. Really. That's the truth. that's stuck. Stuck doesn't move. Stuck is in quicksand or having anvils fall on your head or some other such thing. Or, the other thing is all the traps. Remember the traps and catches you by the foot and hangs you upside down? All the traps. That's stuck. You're not going anywhere. You're not going to go anywhere like that. So let's start with number one. What is the number one thing that you can do? Well, I don't know about you, but when I was in junior high school, I belonged to this thing called junior theater. And I was in a number of different little plays, and I just loved it. I was tried out for the lead part and never got it. So you might say that I didn't have my acting chops, but I loved playing the part of something that I was not. It was fun. And I danced ballet, and I loved being in the chorus even. I didn't care that I wasn't a star. I cared that I got to put the costume on and be something that I wasn't. Well, for right now, getting unstuck means we want to act as if. We want to act as if we're not stuck. We want to act as if we're a person, maybe that we're not quite there, but we could become if we decided to. So I've shared with you 3,000 times at least, or maybe 3,001, I'm not sure, that one of my goals is I am an athlete, right? I am an athlete. And I've shared with you in our journals how we learn how to take our goals that we have on all the things that we want for our lives after we've done a big dream board, after we've whittled it down to the whys, after we've gotten into the heart of the matter, the meat of what it is that we want. And then create these goals into I am statements so that they are not, number one, impactful, two, they're intentional, and three, they're affirming the direction that we want to go. This is huge because your language is everything. The way we parse our words together, the way we frame things, the way we see things is through the lens of language, whether it's in your head or what you're speaking. So act as if and say what it is that you want. I am an athlete. I've shared you with that 3,001 times, I'm sure. But I am an athlete motivates me to train like an athlete, to eat like an athlete, and to do it all daily, joyfully. That's how the whole thing is. I am an athlete training daily, joyfully at the table and in the gym. That's my goal. Because that athleticism is, to me, what does it mean? It means energy, vitality, vibrancy. It means strength. It means the ability to hold on to a little bit of, the vitality and the vibrancy of your youth. You can sustain that simply by being more active. And so I am an athlete is what it does for me. It gives me that. I act as if. Now, if I were to show up next to all those Olympic athletes who are, could be my grandchildren, for heaven's sakes. Yeah, I'd have to start early, but come on. I don't look like they do. But inside, I am working hard on the things that I can do. I'm not training like an Olympic athlete. I'm training like a woman my age this way. This is how I can do it. And therefore, I am an athlete. An athlete is not defined by age. An athlete is defined by what it is that she does. And I show up every single day and I do the work. Some days I make it a declaration. Yesterday, I am having a rest day. I didn't do anything. I played in the water all day with my dog and Mark and had a great time on the boat and what have you. But that's what athletes do as well. They have rest days, right? So when we act as if, even though we're not quite there, we allow for the becoming. And there's a bridge there too. There's a gap. I am an athlete versus I am becoming an athlete. It's all the same though, because athletes are always becoming. Athletes are always getting better. Athletes perform. They perform and they show up. And sometimes it's a gold medal. Sometimes they don't even place. But does it matter? No, because athletes show up. So if you act as if, then you're starting to change your mind. Remember we talked about this is a while ago, how your brain registers things just simply by these I am statements. That's how powerful I am statements are. So I am a pianist. If the pianist is playing versus if the pianist is imagining himself playing, it registers the same in the mind. That's how our minds work. I am an athlete works to move the needle, works to move me out of unstuck, and helps my brain to come along. You see how that works? It's so good. It's so good because, we have to understand how our body chemistry works. We have to understand how our brains work so that we can get the advantage of being able to change them up, manipulate them a little bit, and get them going into the direction that we want to. Otherwise, we're going to get battered down by our own stuff. It's going to hold us down and say, oh, no, you're not going anywhere. You're stuck. Remember, you're here to stay. You don't want to do that. Jocelyn says, I'm a warrior fighting for successes in baby steps. It's exactly right. That's exactly right. And it's a cha-cha. It's not just baby steps, but it's a cha-cha because sometimes it's 2 steps forward and 1 step back, or 3 steps forward and 2 steps back. Sometimes we're just looking and saying, am I even making progress? Am I treading water? What am I doing here? As long as we have this idea that we are who we are wanting to identify and be, we can become, we can allow for the becoming. The becoming is your bridge, really. I am and where you are, your becoming is the bridge. Do you need to, qualify that, right? Because I know that, and I think it was me, maybe even Sarah said it. She said, it sounds more believable if I say I am becoming. I remember that from a while ago. And that's cool. But we also, our brains identify in present tense. They understand present tense. And this is why I'm kind of adamant about this whole thing of I am and present tensing it the whole way. I am an athlete, even though I am in the, in process of becoming an athlete. But listen, everyone's in process of becoming anything at all times. We never arrive. Have you not noticed that? That even that when you do, we talked about bridge building last week, from here to there for our goals, even when you get to that goal, now there's going to be new goals. And that's just how it's going to be for the rest of our lives. And that's not to exhaust you. That's not to say keep striving and keep going. That's to say that that's what life is about. Once we get to this one place, we don't just lay down and say, okay, I'm here. Everybody just peel grapes for me and, allow me to lay there on our butts. No, it means we have work to do still. Now there's more, and now there's some more work. But that's cool, right? Because that gives us purpose, and that gives us missions, and that helps other people, and we get this incredible life in return. It's fun when we see this. So we act as if. And number 2 is we got to dress the part. Boy, if you could see me today. Look at this. And even, I don't know if I can show these. I got these polka dot, you can't see this. I can't show you. But my legs also, I've got kind of a leopard print legging on that also Peloton, and I always said, I'll never buy that stuff. It's so expensive. Well, I wait for it to go on sale, but I like putting it on. You know why? I feel like I'm dressing the part, and it's cute and it matches. I like it. It's so dumb, is it? Or is it smart? Well, you know what? When we dress the part, we feel the part that we play. If I were to show up here every day with dirty hair, hadn't brushed my teeth, hadn't given a thought, and still had my pajamas on, what would you think? Would you think, well, maybe make an effort, Leanne? Maybe you don't talk to me about anything, right? No, of course not. We have to make an effort. We have to dress the part. We have to show up and be the women that we say we're going to be. We have to. And when we're dressing the part, we're ready to do it. Marla taught us years ago, of course, if you've been a flybaby as long as I have, to lay your clothes out the night before. I love that. It was just made everything so much easier. There they are. You put them on. I do this every night. And when I put out my matching outfit, I don't feel as much like a schlump anymore. That's dressing for success, you know? And what is it? It's my workout stuff. And I spend half the day in it. And then I go and take a shower and I put on my pajamas. But, you know, unless I'm going out or something. But that is dressing for success. And you dress the part. Don't you feel better? How about when we had our gala and everybody showed up, and I remember Lynn showing up in her gear. Sarah was like all fluffed out. She had 18 different tiaras and gobbledygook earrings and what have you. Dressing the part. How does it make you feel? It makes you feel like a woman. It makes you feel like the woman who you want to be. Noreen says we need full bloom workout clothes. Oh, Noreen, don't get started. Don't get started. What a great idea, though. I can see that. Dressing the part helps you to see and visualize yourself in doing the work. And guess what? When you do the work, you get the results. What? How incredible is that? But Lynn, let me ask you, because there you are. I see you. Yeah, Noreen just gave you a new project. But let me ask you a thing. When you dressed up like that for the gala, how did that make you feel? Like you belonged there, that you were a part of it, and you were more anticipatory and had a better time, and you came on screen? Do you see the difference versus sitting back in the shadows and what have you? You get to participate. You get to be a part of. It's no longer just this or that. You're part of the whole thing. I think that's awesome and amazing. And it really tells your body, it tells yourself, hey, you know what? I'm all in. Hey, I'm going to do this. Dress the part. Number 3, ask great questions. This is how you get yourself unstuck. You're stuck. Start out, okay, you're recognizing, you're seeing it, you're looking at it, and you're going, okay, this is crazy. I got to fix this because what's going on? What would I do if I felt motivated? What would a motivated version of Leanne do right now to get into the place of motivation, to get out of the stuckness? What would I do? Start writing it down. Start writing it down in your journal. What would I do? And then how would I feel if I actually did some of this stuff? You start asking those questions, and suddenly your brain is now required to answer you, right? Oh, we will be dressing up for a Friday evening in full bloom, of course. Nancy's getting her full bloom outfits ready. I love it. Of course, this is what we do, right? We dress the part, we ask the questions, and as we ask the questions, we start to develop the solutions. We are required to do that because we have no choice. Our brain is saying, you're asking me a question, now I've got to find out and get the answer. Lynn just says, yes, it did. It felt wonderful and fun to be all in. It upped my vibration to motivate me for other things. See what I mean? Dress the part. Dress the part. But also ask yourself the questions. Why do you want to go all in? Why do you want to do this? I mean, today we just finished the sprint. We just finished the sprint. How did you do? Where are your results? How do you feel? Were you all in? How did it make you feel? Right? Did you high five yourself afterwards? Because that is another thing that we need to do. We high five ourselves and we get all the things going. Again, remember, we have a brain that wants to go all in, but is being held back by the amygdala. But when you put in the other stuff and you get the amygdala to kind of let go and agree a little bit, boom, everything starts to fall into place. It's really incredible how that works. Strong suggestion as you ask yourself those questions, write them down. Write down the questions and write down your answers. And when you find yourself in that place again, go back and even call it your motivational file or something on your journal and just boom, 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 write all those things down. You'll be shocked at how all that works. Number 4, forget MacGyver. Forget MacGyver. We're going to Diana Nyad that thing. Remember, Diana Nyad is a for real shero. She is. She is our hero. For any woman who's ever been stuck, any woman who's ever said, I want this hard and so much, Any woman who's ever said that to herself, I want you to forget about MacGyver because he was a fictional character on TV, okay? And not even that great. Come on, it was the 80s. But Diana Nyad, she's the real deal. She said, find a way, find a way. And you know what? I bet when she was swimming, she was saying, find a way, find a way. And she was telling herself, Diana, find a way. Oh, Diana's book on Audible for free. I didn't know she wrote a book. I'm going to buy it. Oh my gosh. Diana Nyad, 64 years old, in the freezing water, going from Cuba to Miami, 4th time, getting stung by jellyfish, surrounded by sharks, no shark cage. She gets to shore. What does she look like? She's stung up, hardly can open her eyes. And she said, I found a way. She found a way. That's unstuck, folks. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. And do you think that there were times when she got up in the morning and she said, I don't want to go swimming. I don't want to train for this. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I just want to lay on the couch. What do you think? I have a feeling that she was not all in all the time, but she did it anyway. That's our model. That's our woman, 64. She's our gal. Keep your eye on Diana Nyad. And I'm going to read that book. Thanks for that, Lucy. And number 5 is, with all of this, let's add in a big ribbon. Number 5, ribbon all the way around this. And that is a strong dose of self-compassion. Can we just agree that we stop beating ourselves up? We don't need to be beating ourselves up anymore. Has it ever worked? Has it ever helped? What I'm talking about is not that you are going to just suddenly, everything's going to just work and everything's going to be suddenly okay and what have you. Everything that I'm saying, act as if, dress the part, ask great questions, Diana Nyad it. That's not with a heavy dose of beating yourself up as well, by the way. That's not saying, oh, you're so terrible. Do it like Diana did, darn it. What's wrong with you? None of that. We do that to ourselves, though, haven't we? Haven't we had enough of that? 2011 study from the University of California found that self-compassion increases motivation and self-acceptance is self-compassion. So let me ask you a question. Do you accept yourself just as you are right now, with all your foibles, with all your flaws, with your warts, with your things, with yourself at your size right now, with all the stuff that you want to change, you want to fix, you want to do, but you still love yourself and accept yourself right now? Do you? And I'm asking you to do this because you know what? There was a time, and I've told you this story probably 3,001 times as well, where I finally got it into my head that it was time to self-accept. It was time to love myself. It was time to stop putting myself off. I think we had in our Full Bloom, I told this story in Full Bloom. I told this story a lot. This was in Lane Bryant. And I could no longer wear normal size clothes. And so I walked into Lane Bryant. I was with Marla at the time. And I spent a fortune on some clothes. Lots of clothes with matching underwear. And when the sales associate walked in and she saw that I was wearing a nursing bra and my kids were in their teens, she was having none of it, and she handed me this beautiful bra in my size. And she said, girls up, you're going to look like you're 15 pounds lighter. And she had me at that. It was in that moment. It was walking out that door. It was the feeling that I had right then of accepting myself and loving myself in my size 18 self. I'm okay. I don't need to be rejected. I don't need to be looked over. I am not invisible. There's more of me here than I want, but that doesn't matter because you know what? You know what matters? You know what matters? That I love myself right now as I am. And all that other stuff can fall into place as it comes. It can. And I think we also look at ourselves sometimes and we forget that we can accept and we can also improve. But acceptance is number one. Because when we accept ourselves, when we love ourselves, when we have compassion for ourselves, then we're able to do that for others as well, you know? It's a huge deal. It's a huge deal and one of the most wonderful ways of self-care. Because when that moment when you accept yourself and love yourself and your enoughness, then that's when you start to see yourself in a whole different light. And you're able to say, I am an athlete. I am an athlete in a size 18 pair of jeans. I am, I am an incredible friend. I am all of it. You get to have all of these things. You get to, when you make a decision and decide it's time to love myself, just as I am, just as I am. Darla says, Leanne, you and the whole group helped me find my own way of doing things. Grit, not quit, and keep moving forward in progress, not trapped by perfectionistic ideas. That's so wonderful. Thank you for that, Darla. But isn't that the truth? We do get trapped in these perfectionism notions that everything has to be just so. I was sitting there in a 14-year-old nursing bra because I didn't think I was worthy of a pretty bra until I got into a certain size. How sad is that? We don't need to be there anymore. It's time to drop all of that and get unstuck and get to the place of accepting and loving ourselves and having the compassion for ourselves that we really, really need. Now, if you can wrap a whole bow around all of these things, you can accept yourself right as you are right now, and you can start working on some stuff and start asking your why questions and start dressing the part and start acting as if. Right there. Are you a recovering perfectionist? Pinkies up if you are. We all are. I am. And it just, I think about, I honestly do. I think about this. I would love to put my arm around poor little broken Leanne back then in that dressing room and just say, girlfriend, really? You didn't think you earned having a pretty bra because you weren't the right size? Really? Love yourself. Have some compassion for the beautiful you that you are. And yes, you can ask those questions. Yes, you can Diana Nyad your way into whatever it is that you want. Vibrancy, though, comes with self-acceptance and self-compassion. All the way, 100%. And if you don't believe me, try it. Just try it. Because I'll tell you what, beating yourself up and degrading yourself with just these nonsensical words of just that you're not good enough and you're not worthy, never going to help you out. It's never going to get you where you want to go. So now's the time. It's time. You ready to get unstuck? I know I am. Pinkies up. Let's do this the whole week, shall we? Collagen challenge tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Check it out. savingdinner.com/collagen. I'll see you there. Peace be with you. Bye.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, Pinkies up.